ultimate source for everything about the game that packs a punch. Undisputed. In this action-packed podcast, we'll dive into the electrifying world of the Undisputed Boxing League, bringing you the latest updates, thrilling highlights, and exclusive live interviews with the champions themselves. Get ready to step into the ring of excitement and stay ahead of the game with UBL News. What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday, happy Saturday. We are back once again. Been promoting it, been shouting it out. So we're finally here, my friends. The news station. It's all about the sport of boxing. It's all about Undisputed Boxing League. And hey, if you want to get personal, we can get a little personal. So hey, listen. So we have a true legend. It's a real honor to have him on the show today. I would like to call him a one percenter because he was one of the first members to join the league once it first got started. He worked his way through the league, even though when the Big Daddy update was released, it was a flop. So my man took a break, and I can understand that. We all took a break. But, you know, I just wanted to, you know, give him an opportunity to give him his props and allow him to express to y'all how he feel about the game, so on and so forth. So we have a segment set up for you guys today. I'm going to welcome Tyrone Philip. He's the Intercontinental Champion of the Undisputed Boxing League. And that's him right there over my shoulder. So let me go ahead and give my man a call. Enough of me rattling in my mouth. Yeah, I'm hitting it wrong. Let's see here. There we go.
Yeah, that's better. Can you hear me, T?
Yes. How you doing, man?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks, yourself.
Hey, living life, man, one day at a time. I know we're part of a crazy world that's happening. Um, I appreciate how we all have gotten together and united, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said the weather here is a lot better than it was earlier on. I think did you say it's what 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the US or where you at anyway? And you said you're from Ohio, aren't you?
Correct.
Yeah.
So what's the weather? I believe the weather today is around 77 degrees. Where are you sitting at?
Oh, you do it in Fahrenheit, don't you? I ain't got a clue. It's like 18 degrees Celsius here.
Uh, Jeez.
Yeah, I'm in England.
Yeah, I haven't had an opportunity to visit the UK, but I hear great things. I hear that it's very beautiful over there. You know, I must pay a visit one of these days.
Yeah, probably down south. Maybe there's a few nice places up north as well, but I'm like right in the center in the Midlands. That's okay. Just
Okay.
concrete jungle. Yeah.
All right, nothing wrong with that. Welcome to the show. Thank you for, being on the show today. I know you and I was in further discussions about giving you an interview once you became the Intercontinental Champion of the UBL League. So thank you.
No problem. Yeah.
So let me ask you, can you tell us about the journey in the Undisputed Boxing League from your first fight to becoming the Intercontinental Champion?
Oh, first fight. Yeah, I mean, I remember. Well, I've picked the game up. I played. I think I was on the second beta. I think when I did the beta was a couple of weekends or whatever. I think I was on the second one. Started from a Saturday or something. And then I got the game straight away, early access. I think that was late January 31st or something. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I seen you were busy because yeah, I was part of some Facebook group just looking for people I can fight, and I think yeah, you posted something on there about the Undisputed League. So I thought yeah, I joined, but my first fight. Are you talking about first mandatory fight, or was it one of the when we used to have Wednesday fight night, didn't we?
Yeah, it was Wednesday night fights. Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
It's a blur. We have done a lot
Well,
since
that's it.
then.
Well, that's it because I think it was Harvey, Guab, and myself that were like one of the first few members. So I can't remember who I fought, but yeah. Well, the good thing about the Undisputed League as well is that we can pre-record the fights. Because yeah, as I said, me being in the UK, I think the Undisputed Boxing League is still heavy, like US based. It's good that we can pre-record it. I mean, yeah, I'm an early bird anyway, so I go to bed early and I get up early. I mean, we've got a few. I can think of one more UK based fighter, which is Lee, and I mean, yeah, our schedules don't really align because I know he comes on 9 after 9. I'm in bed by 9, so that's a real good thing about the Undisputed League. We can just pre-record it, and then yeah, the Wednesday night fights. As I said, I can't remember. I mean, first sort of fight I remember is probably Marvin Tate. He's another good fighter off the Undisputed League. I think he's a bit inactive now, but I remember fighting him. Um, Obviously Guab as well. Uh,
Yeah,
and then
Guap.
for the belt, I think the belt was based on records, wasn't it? I don't think I
Yes, yes.
fight anyone in particular for the belt. Um,
Yeah,
but
you,
yeah,
you,
yeah,
Harvey, Guap was the first three members to
yeah.
get in the top five as the policy is set up. And then I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, um, Burger Man and Golden came shortly after. Then we got some
Oh
new
yeah,
new members, right? uh,
yeah. I've beaten all of them. I mean, I think I was unbeaten until I think I lost to Harvey, and then I've invited a few new members to the league. One is Lee. I think yeah, he's beat me. The lad has one win over me. But yeah, well then after that I was just like mandatories. I just targeted those three all the time. I guess that's why I picked up a few losses, but that's my motto. I always fight the best. I'm not really interested in yeah other fighters.
interesting. Okay. So, speaking of new members, the UBL has gained emphasis on popularity in the recent, months. What factors do you think have contribute to the rapid rise in the world of our virtual boxing?
Well, I can only talk for myself, I guess. I mean, I've always been a boxing fan, not so much of recent, but yeah, when I was a teenager and yeah, my early 20s, I guess now I just in a way fell out of love with it, because of the politics and all that stuff in boxing. Some of the mega fights not happening. I mean, we had Crawford and Spence, which was good, but yeah, I mean, I've always been a gamer as well. I mean, like this massive break in between Fight Night Champion to Undisputed. So I think, yeah, a lot of like-minded people. They probably were waiting for a boxing game, and yeah, I think boxing now. I mean, I don't fully agree with all this professional fighters fighting YouTube fighters, but I think yeah, it's just brought in more interest into boxing now, hasn't it? So I guess more like casual fans and stuff. So a lot of people want to pick up a boxing game. And yeah, as I said, Undisputed Boxing League is quite good because you can pre-record it. We have some good banter in the Facebook chat. So yeah, I think yeah. I mean, some of it is being a bit throttled now. It's not to the fault of us really. I guess it's Steel City, isn't it? The game and desync and stuff. We're just trying to find a way of yeah still being able to have competitive fights that are fair without desync, and then we've got parsec. But again, that brings other issues, doesn't it? When we're too far apart, then yeah, the host has a massive advantage and stuff like that. But yeah, fingers crossed, Steel City can sort all that out because I think we all prefer lobby. I think lobby is probably the most smooth experience, but with the whole switching at the moment and goals punching, it's just a bit of a struggle. But yeah, again, still a lot of interest in the game, and as you said, the league has been growing by the week, hasn't it?
Indeed, indeed, and to be honest with you, man, I can relate to what you're saying. Um, they put out there that they're gonna change the engine of the game. I don't really know how they're gonna do that, or if that statement is true. But my opinion of the state of the game right now, they're kind of throwing mud at the wall, and
Mm.
they're figuring it out. They they're doing things that's not really satisfying to the community. Uh,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
but it's keeping the game somewhat interesting at the same time. I do appreciate that update that we got, that rapid fix. I'm glad they
The
gave us
optics.
that. Yeah, because without that, man, we wouldn't be able to play it now. The game was unplayable when that Big Daddy update came out, and just to speak.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I don't even think it has improved since the hotfix. As I said, I mean, I've been mainly playing Parsec. I did play one or two games in lobby today, and I was like, I can't remember it being that bad, even in the Big Daddy update. It's just weird because yeah, I mean, in February, March, it has never been perfect, but it's definitely was playable. But
Indeed, indeed. But we'll see. They say that we have an update coming. Everyone is waiting on. Um,
yeah, I think we were hoping this week, but then they were on that Gamescom, so I'm hoping next week. But they did say in their Discord that the update's not ready.
and you have to
Monday,
appreciate their honesty, right? At least they're letting us know that it's not ready. Because before, when they did release that Big Daddy update, I felt like it was rushed.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a game developer, but I don't know. There's 6, 7 weeks in between updates. I'm not sure that's the best approach. Surely they should make more frequent changes, smaller changes as well, because they just do like a big bang and then oh yeah, this is good. But now they screwed another thing up, and that's what I'm kind of hoping that somehow lobby will be better, even though they said they're not going to make any changes. But I don't know. Last time they said they made changes or improvements, and it got a lot worse. So can only hope for the best.
Well, yeah, we can only hope for the best. We're on the outside looking in. We're not sitting at the
Yeah,
round table with those guys, but
yeah,
I'm quite sure they know what they have to fix by now. How they're gonna go about doing it, that's the question.
exactly. Yeah, so they know what they need to do, but they don't know how.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, so as the Intercontinental Champion, you're a symbol of excellence in the UBL. How do you manage the pressure that comes with holding such a, you know, high status of a title? You're right behind Harvey. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite a competitive guy, but then yeah, I just look at it as a fight, really. I mean, win, lose or draw, as I said, I just get excited when I have to fight the best. Obviously, yeah, I think last sort of was it was probably 2 months ago now, isn't it? Last time we had to have the title defense and stuff, and I was just like, well, fighting Vlad, I could yeah very well lose this fight, but I don't know. I just I just yeah fought to the best of my ability, and yeah, I mean it did the job on that night. But yeah, I mean pressure. I don't know. As I said, I get excited when I fight good guys. I think probably my weakness would be if I fight someone that I should easily beat. I don't think I can really get motivated for that. But yeah, if I fight good opposition, then normally that raises my game. And as I said, if I lose to the better guy on the night, then yeah, I take it on the chin. Well, I'm the sort of guy that I probably learn a lot more through my losses than I do through my wins, because then on my head a bit, and then I just try and analyze it. Whereas if I win, I just kind of, yeah, on to the next. But if I lose, then I'm like, okay, so what have I done wrong in this fight? What could have I done better, or stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, don't pressurize myself too much. I just get excited when it comes to the challenge.
Oh, okay. I can understand that. Okay. So, the UBL is known for diverse roster.
Yeah.
The fighters from around the world, how has this global excuse me, let me slow down. Global representation impact the league fan base and the sport itself?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got obviously big player base in the US. Can't really say UK. I guess I would have to say EU. And then yeah, we got a good player base in the Philippines as well. And I'm hoping that it will grow even more once the game is back to a good standard. But yeah, as I said, I mean, in the chat, there's always good rivalry, and I guess we all looking forward to unify. But again, I don't think it'd be a good idea to do that right now, because there's going to be a lot of, oh yeah, desync or parsec, I want to host, and it needs to be some fair fights, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess two of the belts are in the UK at the moment, so I guess that's where it's happening. And yeah, as I said, I'm looking forward to whenever we can unify. And yeah, I think EU wise, I can only think of Lee and myself at the moment. But again, we both UK. I was sure we had a few more EU fighters. Maybe they turned inactive at the moment. But yeah, as I said, hopefully once a few more good updates come from Steel City, that can all yeah, that can all be back where it was a few months ago.
Yeah, because we was rocking and rolling a few months ago,
Oh yeah.
man. I must agree. I mean, everybody had a solid connection. I mean, it would disconnect here and there, but we was experiencing the desync back then and was unaware of it. We were looking
That's
at
what I think as well. I mean, yeah, I guess now in hindsight you can say, oh yeah, there's all, whenever you fight someone decent, most of the time it always resulted in a draw. But yeah, as you said, I think desync was always there, but maybe we didn't notice it that much. Even though there was still some goal sponges. It was
right.
mainly, was it the Kalzaki patch towards the end? It was desync, and we thought that was the worst. We didn't know at the time, because yeah, even when I was like sparring Lee again, yeah, UK, and we were like, oh, whenever it was, like, say he rocked me, and then in between rounds we were talking, I was like, oh, I didn't see that punch, and he was like, oh, that was an uppercut. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't see that on my screen. So it's like, it was happening then. It was bad that it was happening. As I said, England is tiny compared to the US. I don't know how far we apart. Like, I think yeah, 80, 90 miles or something like that. So if it's happening here, then playing like UK versus US or Philippines, it's just gonna be worse, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So we got one of the members watching this podcast right now, and he's just being direct. His name is Golden Boy. I know you're familiar with him. He's shouting out that he's coming for your belt. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, he's probably competitive like me. I guess he has to, yeah, join the queue, get to a mandatory spot or whatever, and then yeah, we can get it on. But yeah, as I said, I mean, I know he's in the US. I don't think he plays Parsec. So all I can say to him, I'll wait till the game is fixed, and then yeah, he can get it.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, you
Yeah.
got your answer there, Golden Boy. So, video games often have a significant influence on how people perceive sports.
Yeah.
How accurate is the undisputed boxing league, the undisputed boxing game, in prioritizing the actual boxing experience?
Oh, I don't think it's just there right now. Sometimes I guess it depends who you play against. I mean, if you play someone that it's more of a simulation fighter rather than an arcade fighter, what I mean by that, I mean, yeah, at the moment, obviously the game has exploits with the body uppercuts and whatever directional hooks, backstep straights, and all that stuff. If you fight someone that, yeah, is sort of like-minded and you just want to have a realistic boxing match, then it's closer. But I mean, like I think we all know the damage isn't really right there. I mean, even like the sort of facial damage or broken ribs, stuff like that. Um, don't well, they have introduced this, what you want to call it, offensive pivot or something, but that's not really a pivot for back foot fighters, stuff like that. I also find it a bit weird sometimes because like my style is, yeah, go in, like let a combination go, and then I want to go out as soon as possible. The sort of back step, not back step straight, just um, moving backwards or to the side is sort of a bit sluggish. But when I used to do that, I was like, I used to get hit with 2, 3 punches before I even step back. So I think that could be a bit more fluid because you have, yeah, fighters like that in real life, don't you? With it, just go in and let a combination go on and move to the side or go out. I think in the Kawasaki patch, you could just lean back, and I know some people exploited that, but I think sometimes people are just trying to use what the game gives you at the moment. But yeah, there's still some improvements that need to be done, I think, for it to be, yeah, even more simulation than what it is now.
That's a fair assessment. I would agree with you on that. But just to piggyback on what you just said, I do think we have a lot of console people that transition over to PC just to play Undisputed. Um,
Yeah, that's me as well.
and okay, so you're just like myself. I'm coming from the FNC community. I don't know if you were part of the PlayStation world, but I know I was part of the Xbox world. With that being said, you see a lot of the same strategies or tactics that you will see as you speaking of is just leaning back straight.
Yeah,
But in Undisputed, it allows you to have angles and pivots
yeah,
as you was speaking on, whether if they're actual pivot or not, you still can take your boxer and step around, and you
yeah.
can land that body shot. Or yeah, basically the body shot is available because they're just leaning back. Or you could, I done landed a few hooks, but the angle has to be right there. But the body
Yeah.
is definitely there when they do that.
Oh yeah. I mean, now that you just mentioned, yeah, body shots. Yeah, I used to love mixing it up, body and head, but I think this patch again, there's no real body damage. So I mean, yeah, in my style at the moment, I just took out all body punches, but I know that, yeah, once they fix it, I'll have to introduce that again. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that, but as I said, I mean, my style is sort of in and out, but then it depends. If I fight a pressure fighter, then I like to be on the back foot, and at the moment, I don't think there's, yeah, well, no, there's no pivot. I don't know if you like move back, jab, jab, and then I don't know, right hand, left hook, and then you want to pivot to the side on the back foot. I mean, if you do that pivot now, you move right into danger, don't you? I want to like move out. If,
Yeah, they
if there's nothing
yeah,
like
that
that, and then
update changed it. You're right. Instead of moving out, you move into danger. Um,
yeah, yeah. And
yeah,
that's not my style. I mean, insight fighting at the moment is maybe a little bit limited. I know to be on top of your game, you need to be able to do both insight fighting and boxing, but I think everyone will have their sort of preference, and mine's always been boxing. But even feinting it, I know they have took that out of this patch. I thought maybe that's what causes the desync, but as I said, I mean, I don't think it's any better than it when feinting was in the game. But I think they could still do improvements to that. I think feinting at the moment drains stamina just as much as a normal punch, and it's just like cancelling the punch rather than, I don't know, feinting with your shoulder or even with your feet and stuff. I think stuff like that should be added as well. And
okay, okay. I see you, Japs. You got that for sure. We gonna set it up. We gonna set it up. Yes, indeed. So we not to take the spotlight off Tyrone. So we are a international league, and the comments that you guys can see in the chat at the moment, Japs is the promoter of the PH League, and that's the beauty about being international. As you can see, we're talking to a UK champion right now. Here's a promoter from the Philippines. You know, we're tying knots. We're closing bridges. You know, we're closing the gaps, and this is just remarkable thing what's happening here. Even though that we're dealing with a game in the state that it is, we're able to make it fun, enjoyable, and be honest about what's happening. If you guys can agree with that. But back to Tyrone, I do apologize, but yeah, they.
No, no, no.
um, so let me ask you. We have Ale- Alexander Usyk. I just had to pronounce his name correctly. Who is the guy he's fighting? I never heard of him before.
Daniel Dubois.
Yeah, Daniel Daba. It's happening today on Top Rank. How are you feeling about that fight?
Well, yeah, I think as I said early on, I haven't really been too close to boxing recently, but yeah, I know both names. I've watched some of their fights. Daniel Dubois, there was a lot of hype around him, well, especially in the UK a few years ago. I think especially when he beat the some relative to Tyson Fury, isn't it? Or, North, what's his name now? He's another gypsy fighter. I forgot his name now, but there was, yeah, Daniel Dubois knocked him out, and then there was even more hype about Daniel Dubois. But then I think he got fumbled by Joe Joy's stiff jab,
Yeah, Joyce
and
beat him.
even yeah, I think Nathan Gorman was the guy's name that, yeah, he fought Daniel Dubois. I think was it for the English title or something, and then when Daniel Dubois beat him, everyone thought there he's going to be the next world champion. But yeah, I think even in his last fight, he didn't look too good. I know Usyk's getting old, but yeah, well, I see it as a mismatch. I think Usyk will just outbox him. I don't know if
Ah,
he's got that much power in the heavyweight division, but yeah, it's, well, then again, maybe Dubois will gas and Usyk will stop him late. But yeah, if not, probably just points win for Usyk.
okay. Fair assessment. Fair assessment. Never say old, man. You know, young as you feel, each day you wake up. Never say old. But you know, Father Time
Yeah, but
dues come around the
I'm
corner.
yeah, I'm just thinking. I guess with this style, yeah,
You think
it's a
so?
style that,
I I think
yeah, he's
Usyk
got
is
good.
very diverse with his arsenal and defense.
Yeah, but he relies on reflexes, footwork, and speed because he's still considered a small heavyweight, isn't he? So I think, yeah, for that sort of style, the younger the better, probably. I mean, we've seen it with, I think Lomachenko's getting old, isn't he?
Yeah,
Even though
yeah,
he had a decent performance against Haney, but I think he's seen his best day.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I just was thinking about how you felt about that fight and who you felt. I feel Usyk is going to take it as well later on tonight. So, shout out to Usyk. Actually, I should sign on the DraftKings and place a bet. That should be an easy win for the champion. Don't know what the odds are, but easy win for sure. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I don't know. I mean, then again, yeah, I think Dubois' feet are a bit too slow, but he's got a lot of knockouts, hasn't he? He's definitely got that punching power. But yeah, he's someone that Tyson Fury would definitely call a stiff, lanky dosser. Yeah, I don't know. He's probably a bit too slow for this Usyk, but he's got the punching power. I, well, I mean, Chizora's put it on Usyk a bit, but I don't think Joshua did. Maybe Dubois will, yeah, push him and lean on him and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, let's see. Never
yeah,
say never.
we'll see. I know I'm gonna watch the fight myself later on. So yeah, maybe we can have a chat about it afterwards.
Yeah.
So speaking of boxing, you have a light, well, a small background in amateur military boxing. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay, that is awesome to hear. Do you ever have the mindset when you're playing, you know, a virtual game as undisputed? You ever had the mindset of using some of those amateur military tactics and strategies while you're playing the game?
I probably would have to say not really. I mean, when I did have those couple of fights in the army, I was like a teenager, 19 years old, back in 2008, I think it was. Well, again, when I was a teenager, there's that saying, isn't it? Old too soon, smart too late. So I mean, I was just throwing haymakers, not really training properly. But yeah, as I said, I've always been a boxing fan. I was watching so many videos on YouTube of the old school fighters, and I mean, as I said, in my teens and 20s, I was following all these guys like, yeah, Crawford, Spence, they're around my age, and Kell Brook and Mayweather, all them. I watched all them, so I'd probably say my style in Undisputed is more, yeah, the fighters that I like watching, and yeah, as I said, I sort of studied the sport from that way. When I soon need the amateur boxing in the army, yeah, as I said, didn't take it too serious. I knew I had power in both hands. I was just relying on that and just windmilling like Wilder, which yeah, obviously is not my style at all in the game. I'm more of a, yeah, use your brains rather than, well, in the game you can't really say brawn, but yeah, use your smarts rather than exploits, I guess, for the game.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know when you and I had the opportunity to step in the ring, I classify you as the boxer puncher. You could be a
Yeah,
counter puncher at times, but your footwork is hard to catch up with. You're very
well, thanks.
crafty, very elusive. Like I said, the thing that I like about your style is your opponent will never see the counter punch. Ever. Sorry. I don't care how I tried to time it, how I tried to line it up, to take it away from you. It was like impossible. So it's going to be very intriguing and interesting once this update comes out, and you know get back in there with these guys. This you know, and you know titles get put back on the line. I'm gonna see. Um, will you have ring rust? You know, will you adapt, overcome, and achieve, and stay exactly where you are? I know that you have a high ring IQ when it comes to undisputed. Um,
No,
with that being said, it's a few members that done climb the rankings. They done, you know, I know Burger Man, he has a grudge match coming up soon with JD Smokes. Burger Man is at 9 and JD is at rank number 2. Uh, have you seen the rankings? And if so, is it anyone that you have your eyes on?
I think I, yeah, had an eye on it. Did you post it last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did, but yeah, I've got my money in that grudge match on JD Smokes, but yeah, well, as I said, I haven't sparred many of the new guys, but yeah, I think I probably still look out for, yeah, Harvey, uh, Lee, Vlad. Um, don't know his real name now, but he goes by the name of Tank. I've got, yeah, history with him as well.
Oh, that's
So, but
Darius Copeland.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So, well, rivalry wise, yeah, Darius is, yeah, Darius and Lee, we go quite some time back. I mean, even before we joined Undisputed League, yeah, we've been. I don't even know who I spot more often. Darius definitely putting in that work, even though he's in the US. He was always like, let's spar, and it was like morning time, my time. Whereas as I said with Lee, both UK fighters, I think probably at my first competitive fight with Lee. I think that was on Parsec, and yeah, he whooped my ass because I couldn't get used to it. Well, I didn't know at the time that you can change the controls on Parsec. But yeah, even since, I mean, I think we had a fight on the Wednesday night where he beat me. I think Lee and I probably we've got a few wins each and plenty of draws in between. So yeah, I think I just have my eyes on them. I've been sparring JD Smokes. Who else was there? Yeah, I mean, I always had good fights with Marvin Tate. I think I got him into the league as well, but he's probably playing different games at the moment. I don't think he's been that
Yeah,
active. So maybe if he does a good comeback, yeah, maybe he can go back up the rankings as well.
yeah, we have a few not well actually more than a few fighters that's I'm calling it a vacation right now due to the state of the game. But I'm very optimistic. Once the game gets back uh, in a more enjoyable, like you said earlier, everybody wants that lobby. Everybody wants that.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe they'll come back. I know a baby Loke. He was.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was another good fighter.
Yeah, he was something to deal with. So
Yeah.
a lot of the new members such as JD smoked. I don't think. I mean, I clap my hands to JD. JD and I got a grudge match going on, man, because he's just a lucky little turd. That's all I can say. Um, but no, I clap my hands to JD. He put in that work. He is a tough competitor. Tough. I mean,
Yeah, he is. I
you
said to
know,
him, he's getting there. He's improving by the day. Yeah.
yeah. So it's interesting that you got JD winning this fight. I'm still going to roll with my man Berger. He was one of the just like you, one of the first guys in the league. So and Berger has the edge. Berger already has the win over JD. When
Yeah.
JD
That
first,
was probably. I don't know how long ago that was.
yeah,
Yeah, I think JB Smoke's got that one. I
yeah,
think
you're
he's got
right. That was
more
when,
to his arsenal.
yeah, that was when JD first came into the league. You're right. Yeah, so
Yeah.
JD has definitely changed since then, and will Berger be able to adapt to the changeup? I mean, I can agree. JD is not the same fighter. He's definitely a diverse fighter. He knows when to be the power puncher. He knows when to be the counter puncher. He knows when to use his footwork. But not to say that Burger Man don't, right? Burger Man, like I tell everybody, Burger Man has that herky jerky style. Burger Man, I mean, he's the most elusive fighter in the undisputed boxing league, in my opinion. He's hard to hit at times, especially the first couple of rounds, just because of his defense. He's hard to hit.
Yeah, I think I've only fought him once, so I can't really remember.
Okay,
I think
okay,
yeah, I was Usyk and he was Roy Jones at cruiserweight. But again, that's going months back.
yeah,
I still have my money on JD.
okay. Well, we'll sit next to each other during the fight and have a bag of popcorn and we can talk about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, that is awesome. So, inspiration, right? You are one of the top names in the league. What message would you like to give to inspire other virtual boxers or amateur boxers who look up to you as a role model, both in the UBL league and just considering just going amateur career, even though that you didn't have a big amateur career, but the military, being a veteran, and thank you for what you do, sir. Being a veteran is big, so thank you. But what inspiration would you give a person like that?
I think yeah, when it comes to the game, as I always say, don't shy away from challenges. My way is always I look for the biggest and baddest guy and always challenge them because that's how you raise your game. I'm not really interested in obviously as I said sometimes mandatories you have to fight whoever you have to fight, but I don't know. I think it's like that with everything in life, isn't it? If you play someone that isn't really on your skill level, say if you would fight them over and over for weeks or months, then you sort of go down to their skill level. You have to challenge someone that's at least on your skill level, if not higher. That's what I would say. And yeah, maybe just obviously definitely have to play the game consistently, but maybe not just pick the game up and play it randomly. Work on certain things. As I said, to me, when I lose, I don't cry about it. I just look at what can I improve at, because that's how you're gonna improve in the game. If you just, I don't know, do a Deontay Wilder and whinge about whatever, or he's just moved and jabbed or whatever, then you're not really gonna improve your game. You're just gonna stay where you are. When it comes to amateur boxing, yeah, as you said, I mean, I haven't got much experience, but again, that was when I was a teenager, so I'm a lot wiser now. I think some other fighters said it. Yeah, if you want to be an amateur boxer, one of the main things you need to do is, yeah, listen to your coach or listen to people that done it, more experienced people, and yeah, maybe not focus on the fancy stuff. Just make sure you got the basics right, footwork, conditioning. As I said, when I did the training, I wasn't really. I thought, oh, running is boring. I just wanted to lift weights and stuff, but that's the wrong approach. So yeah, just stick to the basics. And I guess even in amateur boxing is a similar approach to in the game, or I guess it's different levels. I wouldn't say when you're an amateur boxer, challenge a world champion or whatever, but you still should challenge people on your level or slightly above your level so you can raise the game.
Okay, I like that. I like that. That was real. That was real. So,
No, thank
champ, I look forward to you. Once the game gets finished and well, not finished, at least playable. Hopefully they give us a solid update. Maybe the rumor, because I don't believe it until I see it. Them changing the engine of the game will happen.
you.
I talked to a colleague earlier today, and they were all ecstatic, talking about, oh, they're changing the engine of the game. They're changing the engine of the game. Look at the Discord. Look at the Discord. And I admit, the Discord was going crazy. But like I said, I don't. I'll believe it when I see it. So,
Well,
with
that's it. As I said, I don't know too much about game developing, but I heard people say that it would be quite a massive task, and it probably, yeah, will put them back a few months at least. But yeah, well, if it's like one step backwards, two steps forward, then maybe it's the right
yeah,
thing to do. Yeah, I mean, as we said, they didn't announce any net code improvements for the next patch, and because we are international league, I mean, lobby needs to be playable again, but I think it needs to be pretty solid because again, it'd be good if I can play people in the UK again without desync, but yeah, across continents, that's another challenge, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we shall see. We shall see. So, I want
Yeah,
to thank you for joining us today. Um,
yeah, no problem.
Any final thoughts or messages you would like to convey to your fans, the UBL community, and the world of boxing as a whole?
Um, not really. I mean, as I said, I'm looking forward to unifying, hopefully get all the belts into the UK or EU. As I said, I've got a few more guys that would join from the EU once the game is back to playable, and yeah, then the aim is, I guess, is only have in the Philippines. I've got that other belts to get them all in the UK or EU, and then just unify at one point. And yeah, just don't lose hope. Um, on the undisputed game, I think the last round table was, say, promising. What they looking to change sounds good. I think it will favour my style of sort of counter punching, because at the moment, I mean, the counter punching is not that easy anymore. But I feel like even if I get counters in, it doesn't really do any massive impact. So from what they were saying in the round table, that there's going to be more flash knockdowns, knockouts, and stuns and everything, just like counter punching. Yeah, I look forward to that. Counter punching and combination punching is yeah, my favorite.
Yeah, same. I'm also looking forward to that. To me, when you pull off a counter punch and make it look clean, that's you're living
Yeah,
in a person's head rent free. Then you're like, you see how I just touched you real good right there. How did that feel?
that's it. Yeah, no, that's it. the body head again, because at the moment body's just pointless. You waste more stamina than you make damage, unless you do the body uppercuts. But yeah, I'm not a fan of body uppercuts.
Yeah. To be honest with you, champ, I like to be well rounded. I don't believe in just spamming. I know sometimes in the heat of the battle, you
Yeah,
may pull off a couple of doubles or whatever, but if you know when to place the uppercut to the body and come up top with the left or right hook or whichever uppercut you're throwing, depending on the left or right, I like me Mike Tyson. I don't know if the new generation really follow Mike Tyson, but back in Mike Tyson day, Mike Tyson was a straight savage, and I do
oh
believe
yeah,
that two punch combination, that uppercut to the body, and then he'll step around you, and then put the uppercut to the head or hit you with the left hook. It dropped his opponent each and every time. You know,
oh yeah. I remember that. I think it was a hook to the body though, wasn't it? Hook to the body, uppercut to the head. And
yeah,
he didn't steal it, but he got that off Roberto Duran, didn't he?
yeah, he
Yeah,
did, he
yeah,
did.
that was a sick combination. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, because we in the league we fight on 1.0 damage, so I mean body uppercuts don't do that much damage. Other leagues where they have like 1.5, body uppercut is just lethal because it takes away the stamina and health at the same time. So
Agree.
no, like them leagues, they have limits on body uppercuts anyway. I think you can only throw like 35 or something now, whereas our league got 1.0, so even if you try and spam those body uppercuts, they'll just stay on the outside. It doesn't make that much damage on 1.0.
No, and
So
it actually for the person that decides
mm,
to throw it, it gasses them. If
yeah,
you're on your bicycle, you're on the outside
yeah,
doing your thing, and they're going for that uppercut. Yeah, they're just sucking wind.
yeah,
12th, 7th, 8th round, they're not gonna be around to survive. Probably even sooner. You'll probably take them out.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, champ. I'll let you get back to it today. It's been a pleasure and an honor, and again, we look forward to you defending that Intercontinental Championship someday.
No, likewise. Yeah, yeah. As I said, I'm always up for the challenge.
Absolutely. Let's give her a round of applause for Tyrone Phillips, the Intercontinental Champion of Undisputed Boxing League, guys.
Thank you all.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was very interesting hearing from the champ. Uh, Good, valid points that he had put out there about the game, members of the league, and upcoming events. We are here to make it hot to death, uh, praying that we get a good update. But we're going to continue on rocking and rolling and doing what we do, of course. And we're very optimistic. The game is in early access, and it's some raw talent, some beasts, some killers over here, not just in the U.S., the UK, and the Philippines. The Philippine promoter was highly in the chat. We're gonna get it going, but first and foremost, the game has to be solid. We have to have good, solid connections. So it may take a couple of months before if they're going to change the engine of the game. We'll see. Uh, like I said earlier, the rumor is floating out there that they got started on it today. So fingers crossed, stay locked and loaded. We're gonna rock these grudge matches and keep it entertaining for the fans and members. In the meantime, keep on giving you guys thrilling highlights and updates through the UBL news station. And want to say thank you for tuning in. Be on the lookout for the next update. It will be scheduled. We got Mr. Lee, the Gate Keeper champion, and Harvey, the FNN champion, be coming up for an interview soon. Be on the lookout for the actually what's next is Burger Man Alfredo versus JD Smokes. They are gonna have a roundtable discussion, if you will, coming up. I believe it's gonna be either Monday or Tuesday evening. I haven't heard back from Alfredo yet to get it scheduled, but JD did get back to me and tell me any day after Sunday. So be on the lookout for that. That will be announced real soon. Again, guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys. Happy Saturday, UBL News Station.